Hello there everyone, I'm Zachary Van Zandt and this is National News. I'm sure you're here for one of two reasons. You either wanted to know what's going on with the coronavirus, or you were so bored out of your mind that you decided to watch Guerrilla Wolves. Either way, we here at GWN are happy that you're here. So, for starters, let me give you a clear explanation of what the coronavirus is. The term coronavirus is a blanket term for any virus within the family Coronaviridae. The CDC, Center for Disease Control, has labeled this specific coronavirus as COVID-19. So what's COVID-19? To understand this, we have to understand what it isn't. It is not just the cold or the flu. It is not something to underestimate. It's more contagious than both the cold and the flu. That being said, it's no smallpox with an R naught of 16. Instead, COVID has an R naught of around 2. It's more important to note, though, that you shouldn't read too deeply into statistics. This is because the estimated mortality rate of any disease is most likely lower than what you're being told. What can you do about it? Here are 3 things that will protect you from spreading the virus. Number 1, simple cleanliness. I know that this one may be difficult for us teenage boys, but hear me out. Clean things that you normally wouldn't clean. Whether it's simply washing your hands for a longer amount of time to cleaning your phone every couple of hours, keeping the little things in check will slow down the spread. Number 2, social distancing. This is one that I'm sure is not a shocker. Keep a safe distance, your friends won't be mad at you. Try to avoid contact with others, and if contact is for some reason necessary, avoid touching their face or hands. Finally, number 3, mindfulness. This last one's broad, but it's also very true. Don't pretend that nothing has changed. It has, and you need to act on that. Avoiding things like touching your own face, touching other people, or simply touching something that could be carrying a virus on it. Remember, you're not the only one who has to do this, and you're not the only person you should be doing this for. If you do your part, you can slow down the spread of this coronavirus and protect the well-being of everyone around you. We're all in this mess together. We can all get out of it together, too. I'm Zachary Van Zandt, and this has been National News.
Well, folks, the mainstream media is back at it again. Several outlets have reported that 38% of Corona drinkers plan to stop drinking the brand due to the recent coronavirus outbreaks. On another note about the virus and hoaxes, mainstream media outlets have actually reported that drinking bleach is definitely not a cure for coronavirus, as if that wasn't obvious. There have also been many other rumors of unusual cures to the coronavirus, to put it lightly. While these news articles about the connection between corona and coronavirus weren't that recent, people are still believing it. And one person even publicly admonished Corona for running ads during the outbreak, something that normal businesses do. To be clear, Corona and coronavirus are completely unrelated except in the name Corona, which is Latin for crown. Finally, a few quick facts about the virus. Coronavirus is similar to the flu, except that it is more infectious but less deadly and is respiratory-based, meaning it can cause difficulty breathing and spreads via tiny droplets in the air. So far, there have been this many confirmed cases and this many deaths related to the coronavirus. These states have the most infections, with this many infections in those states. The only locations associated with America that do not have any infections are these territories. West Virginia was the last uninfected state, but very recently, on March 17th, it finally got the virus as well. We should not be panicking about the virus, as it won't harm most people and not everyone will catch it. Take precautions, of course, but don't be the guy who buys an entire shelf of toilet paper. Have a great day, St. Paul's.
So today I'm going to be talking about Lil Uzi Vert's new album, Eternal Take. Personally, I thought this album was amazing and it had awesome songs, including the part 2 to Lil Uzi Vert's EXO Tour Life song. It did have some setbacks in early 2019 with its leaked songs, but Vert came out with a short film called Baby Pluto to help the album along and to tease the fans. It was directed by Gibson Hazard. The album cover is beautifully done, very artistic. It's actually based off of Heaven Gate's logo, which Heaven's Gate was a cult in 1974. And in all, I just thought it was a great album, and you should definitely listen to it. That's all I have for you today. Have a great day, St. Paul's.
Emergency officials were called to a neighborhood in Destin, Florida last week after a small plane crashed into someone's backyard while trying to land at the airport. Luckily, the pilot and 2 passengers, one of which was a yellow Labrador retriever, emerged from the plane without a scratch, according to a Facebook post by the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office. To add to this luck, the plane crashed within 5 feet from a house. Surprisingly, these passengers were not from Florida, but rather from Kansas, taking a father and son vacation in Destin. Evidence from the video suggests the plane was a Beechcraft Bonanza general aviation aircraft. This aircraft has been in production longer than any other aircraft in history. While the cause of the crash is still unknown, it is currently being reviewed by the Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board, and it is a miracle that nobody was injured. This is Clayton Cockfield. Stay safe, St. Paul's.
Hi, I'm Jack Bertuzzi, and today I'm going to be talking about an earthquake. Recently, in Salt Lake City, Utah, a 5.7 magnitude earthquake cut power to thousands and suspended work at Utah's public health lab amid the coronavirus pandemic. It was centered about 10 miles west of Salt Lake City, near the city of Magna, and started around 9 o'clock. Immediately after the earthquake, there were about 73,000 people without power, which decreased to about 10,000 early that afternoon. This is the biggest tremor since 1992, when a magnitude 5.9 trembler struck the St. George area. As things are calming down in Utah, let's hope everyone recovers and is safe from any future earthquakes that may occur. This has been Jack Bertuzzi, GWN, St. Paul's.
Hello, and welcome to Guerrilla Wolves News. Recently, a pig in northern England started a fire in its pig pen. Pigs were wearing pedometers to prove that they were free range, and one pig ate another pig's pedometer. After the pedometer came out of the pig, the copper inside of the pedometer's batteries reacted, starting a fire on some dry hay. Firefighters were called to put out the fire, which had spread to 4 pig pens and scorched 807 square feet of land. The firefighters quickly put out the fire, and all the pigs made it out unharmed. That's all I have today on this story. Have a great day.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to Doof's Game Review. Today we're going to be reviewing the new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game, Red Rescue Team. Let's get into it. Start out with the basics. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is a game about, Mystery Dungeon. It's a basic dungeon crawler. You go in, you explore dungeons, you do all the crazy stuff. It's a remake of the original Red Rescue Team, so it has similar mechanics, similar features. We'll start off with breaking it down. So we're going to start off with story. So you're a human that's transformed into a Pokemon. You explore, try to save the world from natural calamities. You're said to have been this long ago human that caused your Gardevoir to get cursed by a Ninetales. So everyone thinks you're evil, so you go on the run for a bit. You later find out by traveling all across the world that it wasn't you, it was a different human. After that, you find out the reason you were sent here was to save the world from an oncoming meteor, which you have to then go plead to Rayquaza to stop. Once you do that, game ends, post-game starts. Post-game, you start to find out more about the human with Ninetales Gardevoir stuff. So you find out that the human was actually this enemy of yours, Gengar, who kind of harasses you throughout the game. Doesn't really like you that much. So you find out that he did it, and he was the human, but he comes to save Gardevoir at the end of the game because he wants to be a human again, not only for his own selfish deeds, but for himself. Now, gameplay-wise, it takes what the old Mystery Engine games did and improves on it. So when you first start out the game, you do a personality test, which defines which of the 16 Pokemon you are, ranging from, as you can see here, starters to a little bit of extras like Meowth, Eevee, Skitty, and Cubone, and even Machop and Pikachu. So you spawn in. Your moveset's a bit different than a level 5 would normally be. Like, you're a bit buffed, I guess you could say, because you're supposed to be this special human. Partner Pokemon, Guerrilla, whatever you want, you can choose. Now, after you do that little personality test, the game tells you you're chosen to be certain Pokemon. So let's say I'm a brave nature. It tells me I'm a brave person. Then I would be pointed as, let's see here, a Cubone. Probably either a Cubone or this Machop. Now, if I didn't agree with that, the game says if you would like, you can choose your own thing, which is pretty nice, because in the last game you had to just choose what it gave you. Now, the original Red Rescue Team, you can never upgrade your toolbox, which is the amount of items you can live when you rank up. Now, in this game, they took what they did in the past ones, and they made it to where you can, when you rank up, your items will increase, friend people, amount of friends you get. So, to further go on to the game, you run into harder obstacles. Post-games, a lot of 99 full dungeons, and there's like 5, one for each legendary, and then you have some stuff with Ho-Ho, whatnot, a bunch of special events. It's a pretty good remake. 8 out of 10 rating. Could have used a bit more 3D animations, and the art style was gorgeous, but some things like the autoplay mechanic wasn't needed, and maybe bringing back the belly was a bad idea. The belly mechanic where you have to eat every so often for us, but it makes it to where you have to do a couple things differently now. Pros and cons. As I said, the belly mechanic, not a very good thing. One pro that this game has is gummies. Use these gummies to level up special abilities you can unlock, such as you can upgrade your stats faster. You can unlock different abilities. I was Trico in my game, so I had Overgrow, and I gave myself a gummy. It gave me a special ability called, it was like something belly. I made it to where no matter what I eat, my belly will always be full 100%, so I don't have to deal with any of that. Now my partner got this ability Steamroll, where it makes all not very effective or not effective moves into super effective or regular effective, which is really nice. And the pro, all the Pokemon from up to Gen 4 are there, including baby forms and full evolutions, which is very nice. Con, you have some of those awkward days where it's like 6 to 7 just like side quest days, and so you actually get to do story mode stuff, which makes pacing a bit slow. You know, it's just what happens. That about covers today's Doof's gaming review. I'll see you guys next time.